At 8:59 on February 19th, Jack and his fellow Marines begin to land on the island. The sand beneath their feet is pitch black and reeks of sulfur. It's almost as if the island itself is fighting against the Marines as it sucks their feet 6 inches below the surface with each step they take. Suddenly, shells are heard whistling through the air and begin exploding all around the Americans. Once hidden artillery is wheeled out on the hills, and the Japanese, who were patiently waiting for the right moment, begin laying down heavy gunfire on the stranded Marines. The Navy bombardment had done almost no damage, and the Japanese have nearly their full fighting force ready to defend the island to the death. Jack ducks for cover, and all around him soldiers are dying and equipment is exploding. The Japanese unleash hell on the Americans, and as more Marines make it to the beach, it's a massacre. The water on the shore is quickly stained red, and in the first 18 hours, 2,300 Americans are killed in action. Jack is pinned down in a hole overnight. The next morning, the fighting rages on, but Jack and 3 other Marines have made their way up the beach in a trench when suddenly they find themselves face to face with 11 Japanese soldiers. Both sides immediately begin firing at each other, and Jack takes out 2 Japanese soldiers. He aims and fires again, but his gun jams. He looks down to fix his rifle and sees 2 grenades lying on the ground in the middle of his unit. How long have they been sitting there? If they go off, he and the other Marines near him will surely be tortured to death by the enemy. With no hesitation, Jack yells "Grenade!" and dives onto one of them and shoves it as deep as he can into the sand below him. He reaches out for the other grenade and pulls it under his body. The Marines around him scramble away as Jack makes peace with the fact he will die on this island. The grenade he had shoved into the sand explodes first, sending Jack flying into the sky. He lands in a crumpled mess, bleeding profusely from holes up and down his body. His eye is hanging out of its socket. His right arm is completely broken. His left hand is still holding the other grenade. It was a dud and never went off. His lung is punctured and he can't talk or move. All he can do is spit out the blood that's pooling in his mouth. The Marines he was with assumed he was dead and had pushed on, leaving him all alone. He's lying there in intense pain, begging God to save him, when a medic who is approaching with the next wave sees him spitting out blood and moving his fingers. He quickly jumps in and begins treating Jack's wounds. But as he's treating Jack, another Japanese soldier pops up and begins firing on them. The medic turns and takes out the Japanese soldier and calls for a stretcher to take Jack off the battlefield. They rush Jack off to the beach near the shore, where he lies there bleeding for hours until he's transferred to a medical ship. He has 22 emergency surgeries, which save his life, though he was left with 200 pieces of shrapnel in his body. On October 5, 1945, Jacqueline H. Lucas was awarded the Medal of Honor from President Truman for his bravery in the Battle of Iwo Jima.